Warning. Warning. If you hear something that makes you upset on the broadcast, true, opinion, or otherwise, you are free to sign off or go to another channel. If you can't, please contact the displayed number below to seek help. Trolling and hate watching is more serious than you think. Now back to our scheduled broadcast.
Oh, okay. Here we are. Uh, hello everyone. How are we tonight? This is Kev, and here to talk about a few things. But if you are new here at this channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Um, hit that like button. Hit the thumbs down if that's the way you feel. Uh, do have an understanding with being brutally honest that not everyone is going to like everything that you have to say. All right. For those of you guys who are here, thank you for being here. You guys are great. And let's commence with another smoke show. Mm-hmm. Yep. Instead of trying to call an imaginary enemy out, a guy that wants to come up here and give me a piece of his mind, or her woman give me a piece of her mind. Uh let's just have, smoke for some of society's norm and just be ever ready when something like that happens. There's absolutely no need to like speak to ghost. Uh, I think that some of you out there would agree. Um, that's the case. So, yeah, let's do this for whoever's out there. So, thanks for watching. Like I said, press like. Uh, also, let me call you guys out in the chat tonight. We got I'm listening and Phil Brad. We have Carlton Way One. We have Mordecus, and we have Hybrid Catastrophic Impact X 83rd Power. These are guys that are always here, and every Sunday night, almost every Sunday night, you know, we are a part of each other's lives. So, we just want to let the general public know that they don't have to be shy. They can also be welcome and, comment in the live chat if they're watching in real time. But um, just in case they aren't, shout out to the replay gang. Um, sure. The silent disliker still hasn't made themselves known, at least not to our knowledge. Yeah, that person might actually be here. That person might actually be commenting in the live chat, and we just don't know who they are. I mean, not to say that I'm pointing the finger at any of you guys. I mean, really, I think the whole thing is hilarious. Uh, yeah, but so far I just got 11 likes and no dislikes. So the serial disliker is probably out somewhere. I mean, it's nighttime, so touching grass might be out the question, but you never know. Could be at a block party or something. I don't, you know, if that's what they do. Um, uh, Hybrid Catastrophic Impact X 83rd Power thinks that this is the best Sunday show. It is the best show whenever it's on the air. Um, just hopefully the censorship and the shadow banning um part hopefully that will end soon. I'll tell you why in a second. Like I said, I don't expect anybody in a political office to ever deliver on a promise. But I mean, if you've been hearing what I've been hearing lately, the censorship and the shadow banning is going to uh they're going to take a hard look at it. So there might be hope yet, and for a fair process. So yeah, shadow banning needs to go. Yeah, let everybody have a fair shot. And the shadow banning obviously doesn't go for everyone because it seems that this is not whining or self-pity or anything, but the more hateful divester anti-black man channels get a high algorithm. That's very, very noticeable. Very noticeable. So I'm not going to complain about that all night. I'm going to complain about an element that fuels that type of nonsense. We black men, at least us real ones, whether you consider yourself a real nigga or a real man. I mean, I'm talking about, according to your standard as a man and not what somebody else says, especially a woman's or Jaheim put that woman first type nigga. You know, each one of us, I believe, generally and inherently, we know what manhood is. We know we have a pretty good, decent understanding as to what masculinity is as well. So we're not going to sit around and bullshit ourselves, and that doesn't mean like, and it doesn't mean telling women to get back in the kitchen or something like that, stick your chest out or whatever. It's being able to stand against this Western culture and maintain and survive. That's really all it is. Like I said, it's not some chest beating, standing at the top of a mountain and you know just spread your arms to the world and say, "Hey," with two big old middle fingers and you know just scream and yell, "I'm the man, I'm a man," stuff like that. You know, you could have an R basically and not have to say anything in order to establish that. But there is a such thing as like holding the fort, defending oneself, something that a bunch of third grade minded adults think you shouldn't do. And, those types, they can exist in this space, they can exist in other spaces. When I say this space, I mean, everything that encapsulates it's not just a Black Manosphere list or something like that. I'm talking about just a little beyond that, not very much, but just a little beyond that, on the fringe, adjacent, I would say, and others would say too. So the compromising of manhood is the problem here. You know, not only not only simping, it goes deeper than simping. Simping is a very big part of it. And I mean, I've talked about simping many times, but being an outright beta is far more disgusting than that. And the okay, quote fingers black man that obtained the highest office in the land at one point in time acted like a complete beta. And because he acted like a complete beta, whatever he wanted or tried to accomplish, acting like a complete beta, failed in front of everyone. Fortunately for us American black men, we already had acknowledged that that guy or guys really ain't one of us, I would say. So, all right. Make sure if you're watching, please hit that like button. You guys are awesome. Talking about this guy right here, old Barry, the black guy. And he is black, but he's not our black. He's Obama black. We have already discussed that. If your family isn't FBA, ADOS, if your family isn't from America, and you're black, you are Obama black. We put Kamala Harris in that same classification. But black nonetheless. He got the highest office in the land and decided instead of soldiering up with black folks, which he hasn't done since the beginning. I mean, he might show up singing Negro spirituals at a funeral, but to encompass what it is to be one of us, that's not him at all. That's not her either. And I'm talking about Kamala. But what he did was for the would say the more media minded, the more mainstream media minded part of our community. He pretty much made black men look bad. I don't think he did because that's not my mindset. I don't do that shit. I don't do that. Oh man, oh this black man over here did that and he made all the brothers look bad. God damn, the brothers. Although the reason that he said that was because he doesn't feel like he's one of us anyway. He's on record of saying that he has transcended blackness. Same thing Dwayne the Rock Johnson said. He's gone to another level. He doesn't think of that as being that important or a part of who they are because they're officially too good. And that's what it boils down to. I'm the kind of person is if you don't want to come to my party, you don't have to come. Period. Yeah. No Diddy. Let me put that out there. But if you don't want to hang around me, I don't want to hang around you. If you don't want to be black, I'm not going to force you to be black. But that's one problem with many of us. We force people to be black, and then we pick this beta right here, the most accomplished beta in the history of our Black America, because that's the way black people wanted it. So, like it or not, Barack Obama is a part of the narrative that is Black America because he was America's president. But to not ever having a address a concern, because that's all black men wanted, to address the concerns of black people. Yeah, yeah, and the way that America decided to address our concerns was to elect Barry. Crying for these hoes, I swear. Oh, so we do have a beta male conundrum. We got blasted in mainstream media by black men, nagging ass black men. You know, I don't want to be that YouTube channel to have to jump on the heads of black men all the time because believe it or not, that's the worn out concept. These betas around here and these big back sisterhood bitches, they will have you believe that it's the black woman bashing that is tired. When in fact it's the other way around. And people act like they can't admit that because they think that's sticking their chest out and being a man. No, that's being a beta. You like being picked on by women? That's what you're telling me? I'm not saying that you gotta blast them, you gotta out yell them, you gotta curse them out, call them all kinds of bitches and hoes. You ain't gotta do that. But to submit in front of everybody with something as minuscule as words 24/7, 7 days a week, man, nah. That's why not like you don't get respect like that. You're not gonna get respect anyway. So why carry yourself like that? It's for nothing. It's always for nothing. It might be a little be a little bit entertaining. It might tickle you pink being a beta. I mean, it has its own little freedom from what I've observed. You know, birth from guys that look like this and have hairlines like they do. I ain't hear one insult about these guys' hairline from any Democratic female. For real. They're ready to put these guys in office. You're not one of you betas with a full head of hair said anything. Yes, I'm looking at you, some black men. Not all of you. We can say not all on that one because black men aren't together. We're a disjointed group of men. We are because I don't want to roll with betas. Do you? Do you, as a black man, want to roll with these types? Do you? Yeah, we do have these types in this spaces. I'm not gonna say any names because I mean I don't want to start any dust ups. I don't need to do that. I mean, these guys know who they are. Like I said, it's like they're in their own little soft padded prison. But I mean, some of these dudes out here went straight overboard. 'Cause they don't have to do that. And I'm not, it is don't think of this as me saying that, oh, you betrayed the brotherhood. You betrayed the brotherhood. No, I ain't saying that. Look at this. Look at this little internet caption right here. Oop. Man goes viral for calling out men who don't think a woman can lead. Nope, I don't think a woman can lead. I don't. We're their protectors. We provide protection. We're their providers. If you're under the protection of a woman, you are vulnerable to death and misandry at any point. And no, it will never be death by misandry for me. You were raised by now, like this is Kenneth Holmes. Okay. Let me see if I can blow that up a little bit. I don't ever use this. I wish StreamYard just fix their fucking slideshow. Zoom in, zoom. Yeah, let's see. Zoom. Is that it? Yeah, here we go. Yay. Cool. So we got I see you down there, Revelator, the spirit of variance. How pathetic that picture is. It sure is. Look at what that hat says. First female president of USA. He didn't even say first black woman president. He was trying to market to the white women too. And I mean, he had like this was a hat he was gonna sell. Because he was trying to market to all communities. Told you, he do. And I mean, like he'll say out his claws, will say out his mouth. Oh, he'll say black woman in a second, but his hat says first female president of USA. It's like shit. I don't know. Maybe he tried to get the trademark for first black woman president, but it was already taken. But the caption, with Kamala Harris, Mike Johnson. We can talk and critique brothers. We need the honest conversation. What is the honest conversation? Telling men they shouldn't talk about women? You know what they did on that BET Black Men Summit, which by the way was the biggest cuck fest I ever seen with a group of black men. Sorry, guy. What are we talking about here? Yeah, we have honest conversation all the time. These young brothers need to do better. These old niggas need to do better. We have those conversations literally all the time. But people, we as a people, and when I say a people, black people, we have a tendency to cherry pick. We have a tendency to go with our knee jerk reaction. We go after the shit that pisses us off first, and we don't look at the entire picture. What's happening? Why are people saying the things that they say? Why are these men saying the things that we say? Maybe you're going to say something like, "Oh, we need to build community centers for boys. We need to mentor these boys. We need to stop impregnating these hoes," which I've said many, many times. Get married first. I tell the men that first before I tell the women. But hey, the women need to hear that too. Get married first. Put yourself in a situation conducive to your kid's success. No, no, everybody wants to seem to argue against that, especially when addressing women if you feel the need to do so, or, just simply trying to state a fact. That's it. Nobody likes facts. So let's see. Let's see if Kenneth Holmes is reflecting of that honest conversation that Mike Johnston is talking about. You were raised by your mama. Your daddy didn't get his life together until he met his new woman. And some of y'all, you might not want to put that out there as a narrative, and I'm gonna say why in just a second. Some of y'all currently live with a female who you moved in with. Your granddaddy paid all the bills and he brought his check home to your grandma because his slow ass didn't know how to do shit on his own. Let's stop acting like women haven't been leading you your whole life. Oh, well, there's a little truth in that statement. I'll explain. Yep, you were raised by your mother. You know why you were raised by your mother? Because your dad was always at work. Or, you are the product of backseat boogie, therefore giving the guy an option. Should I stay with this bitch on an accident known as a child? And the child is never an accident, but I was just saying that. Or should I leave? Do I want to deal with an obnoxious woman? Maybe I should have used a condom. Those kind of guys. Yeah, they should have used a condom if they didn't want a child. They should have did something, but my thing is that women always has the ability to say no. So if she wants to, if a bare dick goes inside a woman, obviously she wanted a kid. Nobody's stupid these days. This is 2024. This is the information age. You got Google. I don't know. They still teach sex ed in public schools. I was taught sex ed when I was in public school. That was another time period though. Shoot. I mean, like this dude is clearly projecting because that's the situation in his family. That was the situation with his father. Maybe. I remember my granddad is somebody who had to go off the war to make ends meet. You know, you gotta continue to pay for that 2-story house he put my grandmother and my great grandmother in, where his 3 children were living. So of course he did every fucking thing, and of course he sent the money to my grandmother to pay for everything because he was fighting for his country. So that's a response to dumb niggas, dumb beta males like Kenneth Holmes, who would probably come into space like this and cry like a bitch. And then like all of the little girls with big backs and big thighs that rub together when they walk, with those with the YouTube channels, like that, they'll probably welcome that man with open arms. Which is cool. Because some of us left 3rd grade a long time ago, and others of us choose to go back. What I'm speaking of is the denial of reality. That we got all these adults around here making adult choices and nobody can say a fucking thing about it. Because they want to stick acronyms to that kind of speech. I'm not trying to get no bitch to change. Especially not a beta. I just want to make fun of these niggas now. First female president of USA. Man, who is this motherfucker's English teacher? You were gonna sell that hat? Y'all grandma was different from today's women. You know why they say that about our grandmothers? Because see, you got you got women right now that are becoming grandmothers at age 32 and 33, which is horribly fucking sad. Yeah. And I mean, like, not all, I'm not saying that back in the day everything was perfect. See what Mr. Holmes kept saying. Some of y'all currently live with a female who you moved in with. I don't know, probably because there was more opportunity in her area than it was in my area, maybe. Your granddaddy paid all the bills. I just explained that. And he brought his check home. Well, he sent his check home, and which was illegal at the time, by the way. If the US Army knew my grandfather was sending money to my grandmother at the time period, back in the 50s and 60s and such. If the US Army would have found out, he would have been court-martialed and imprisoned. He risked it all to take care of his family. See, this is what dumbass niggas like Kenneth Holmes doesn't want people to know about because all he concentrates on is simping and being a beta. Just like a lot of these dudes around here adjacent to the space that want to give you they want to call people names and labels and shit, and this, they'll talk about people's family members and stuff. Beta niggas online. These dudes are dumb as fuck. Let's stop acting like women haven't been leading you your whole life. Women have been leading this piece of shit. Oh, why is Kevin so mad? He's so mad because he's calling these niggas out and making them accountable. You making these niggas accountable. Oh, Lord have mercy. This kind of shit right here. Not necessarily because of the t-shirt he's wearing, because it goes beyond the t-shirt he's wearing. It's because it's Roland Martin. This man waited too long to start doing push-ups. At least try, man. Try. Look, don't let it get to this point, y'all. Don't let it get to the point where you're I guess you're a producer or whatever, or fuck up and show the screen where you're looking at man's butt while trying to have a political talk. Like Roland guy, no, we can't. You don't, like I said, you don't represent us, and that's something I'm happy about. We would like to have some righteous male representation sometimes, but we as black men, if you've been alive half as long as I've been, you would understand that that is a rarity. Yeah, so I'm going to show y'all a couple Facebook posts. Okay, so this is some crime. I've blocked the names out because I don't want anybody to believe that I'm trying to bully them, because that's the time we live in, at least until after the inauguration day. I mean, shit. I mean, even the orange guy, the shit he's been talking about. Hopefully he's serious about that. I mean, hopefully he is. I mean, for those of us who voted for him, you know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe that was a good thing. So let me show you this first one. All right. Oh shit. That shouldn't have did that. I mean, that ain't his real name anyway. But yeah. I don't want him to think that he doesn't watch this show, but I'm gonna show what he said. Dear black women, I'm sorry that this is because of the election results. I'm sorry. I know it might seem like you have no allies and you're fighting things alone, but there are some of us that support you. Whenever black men needed you, you have always been there. Every time there's an unarmed black man being killed by police, you were the first to show up marching for justice. Through every civil rights movement, you have been at the front lines, fighting not for yourselves, but for your husbands and your sons. I would love to promise things will get better, but sadly, that might be an empty promise. I knew it wasn't just me, Jersey Hammer. I mean, look, if there's a woman that's watching this, like in the replay gang, or who might eventually join this program, do you feel relieved at what I just read? Because Kamala lost, and she lost in a landslide. She lost very handily. She lost in a way that I didn't believe at first. I mean, I'm just referencing to like a couple months ago when I said, well, about maybe not even a couple, maybe like it was 3 months ago when she was announced as the presidential candidate, I thought that she could actually pull it off. And the only reason why I'm saying that because the way that the media portrayed Donald Trump. So I thought that because she was younger, her mind was more intact. But, subsequently that opinion would kind of deteriorate based on if you watch her interviews, it was like it comes off as a person that could not handle running the country. And people need to be honest with themselves. And the fact that, and I think that it was insulting to call her a black woman. That's why I never called her a black woman because I knew it would come down to that. Betas won't admit that. The beta who wrote this post on Facebook. And from what I've witnessed, this is the kind of guy that will sit there and simp for women. He's a married guy, but he simps for women online, which is very bizarre. It's bizarre. I'm just pointing out how bizarre it is that Kamala losing South Indian, Asian, Irish, HBCU, aka Jamaican, goddamn, just like because she lost, and the white media, the WS media, kept calling her a black woman. We got dudes writing posts like this. Hey, you want to see another one? Oh, this one was hilarious. And this guy actually ended up unfriending me because I had a hell of a response to this one. I mean, yeah, that's what they always, but because that's what they say. Because that's what they say. That's the complaint every time a brother that has a TikTok or YouTube channel or Facebook group. That's what that's what these big back broads say every time one of these dudes make a point. Oh, we were marching for you. We were on the front lines. That came from women, bro. The front lines where men and women are. I mean, so they're technically they are correct, but they're just leaving a few things out. You know, like the route will send their photographers to the protest, and they'll show they'll show a picture of a woman dancing in front of the cops, or carrying a Bible or some shit like that. So that's where they got that idea from. So I'm not saying that they're not out there like that. I'm just saying that there's plenty of men on that front line with them, plenty of black men. There have been Black Lives Matter, male activists, the men, back when Black Lives Matter first became an organization. There were a couple of Black Lives Matter men that were murdered, and stories were suppressed really fast. They were killed, and then all of a sudden they were forgotten about. That's why, that's what inspired me to do some of the news stories that I did, because I don't want people to forget. We as a people, we have a very short memory. I believe my Jamaican sister-in-law voted for Trump. See, her own people didn't vote for her. You don't you don't hear Indian men around here talking about, oh my god, Kamala Harris did not win. Oh Allah, oh Allah, oh Allah, halaba halaba halaba. Let me stop. Let me stop. You don't hear Indian men around here crying. You don't hear Rastafarians around here crying. Oh man, let me listen to Bob Marley. Oh my, like Kamala did not win. No, you don't hear none of that shit from these men. But you got black guys saying shit like this. If VP Harris is not the winner, we can thank, this is a black man. We can thank black toxic masculine. That's the first thing he wanted to say. Black toxic masculinity, Karens, patriarchy, and religion for what we wind up with. This man pulled a Janelle Monáe. Darren Seals. Thank you. Thank you, Carlton Way One. Yeah, and the story was suppressed really fast. You know, because we don't want to think that black men make those kinds of sacrifices. Oh, it's just them. They're marching on the front lines. Why are these black men saying this stuff that is true when we're on the front lines every time they get killed? Yeah, say any of the names. I mean, I made that point a day after the election. Yeah, Southpaw 2K1. If white women didn't try to elect Hillary, what would make them vote for Kamala? Yeah, that's logic. That's logic. That is logic. That makes all the sense in the world. Art the Stall was good. Carlton Way One says, I know Indian men personally, and not once I heard them say anything about Kamala. I mean, you'll hear about Kamala Khan, the Miss Marvel on Disney Plus. You'll hear the Indian men talk about that before they talk about Kamala Harris. But you got black men sitting up there blaming black toxic masculinity. Nigga, please. Sanjay Gupta and Khalid are not voting for Kamala Harris. Oh, please vote for Kamala. I look, I don't care how many gas stations I go in. You don't see no Indian men for Kamala t-shirts. By the way, for you guys watching, go check out my latest video. I uploaded a few hours ago talking about white men for Kamala crashing out. I ought to show some of it here. This is the kind of and it would fit in with the show. I think it was Terry Crews that created that term a few years ago. I remember him saying black supremacy and black supremacists. You know, that same shit Candace Owens pushes. You know, Candace Owens, somebody that I don't completely disagree with, but she said some wild shit. But you know, just like any one of us, she has a right to her opinion, and I do not wish to see Candace Owens censored. I do not wish. I'm the kind of person that you know, because this is why I don't understand betas. If you want to speak on something, you should be able to say it without worry or concern that you're going to be deleted. Like I'm saying, like, you know, your platform's deleted. You know, even I would even go as far as to say this: even if a white man says nigger, my view is black people should be showing up, verbally kicking this man in the nuts. Oh, we did, motherfucker. You know, anything. Y'all don't have to sit there and cry. Oh, he said the N-word. That is not going to stop the N-word from being said by white folks. I am sorry. No matter how much you cry about it online, no matter how much you censor it, it is not going to stop them from saying it. So my solution to that is to just roast them motherfuckers. Roast them into embarrassment. I've seen it before. I've seen it in my Facebook group. White dude gets wrong, we roast the shit out of him. And it'd be some of the funniest shit in history of black people roasting folks. But, you know, most of us don't have the courage to do that. Instead, we want to talk about black toxic masculinity and patriarchy. Niggas is dumb as fuck. He didn't say toxic masculinity. He wanted to leave the white dudes out of it. Oh, dudes, they what they're trying to do is they're trying to say that the framing of masculinity, and this is what pushed by a lot of these dudes too, especially at that beta male summit on BET. They try to push little shit like this: black toxic masculinity. There's a sexism, misogyny problem in the black community. How? I'm gonna say this again. Disclaimer first: I do not encourage any violence of any kind. I'm not telling anyone to do what I'm about to say. But go on a black Walmart on any black West Side in the nation. Go in the mid, find a black woman that is like in the vicinity with a bunch of younger, older black dudes and slap her in the face. I guarantee you 110% of the time that at least half of the black dudes in the area will proceed to tear you apart. Say I'm lying. World Star Hip Hop knows I'm not lying. Why these big back broads with their damn Twitter fingers talking about, oh, black men do not protect us. You a goddamn lie. Patriarchy. A black man I told him he sounded like a white girl. That's why he unfriended me. I called him. I said, man, look, you all basically, yeah. I called him a girly man. That's literally what I called him. All you have done is, I just said you. No, here's what it is. He's doing all of that for a South Indian that lost a presidential election. So yeah, and he got 34 loves and likes, 34 positive reacts for that, because that's mostly why these guys do it. And this guy, if I'm not mistaken, he's one of those spoken word guys. He goes to certain smaller venues and, you know, do the spoken word thing. Black people do this. My heartbeat in my chest. You know, that kind of thing. But my thing is, I just hated seeing him acting like this because, you know, I had a little respect for this guy. Stop believing everything that you hear on TV. Just because the TV says it's black does not mean it's black. And it's funny how in television and media, every time there is something for an American black or a position or a role, like even in government, on television, and even in these movies, because they cast a Green Lantern for the DCU, well, the Detective Comics universe, you know, because they got that new Superman coming out. They cast the Black Green Lantern, John Stewart, a character that is from Detroit, Michigan. You know, he got cast by a foreign black guy. Just like Martin Luther King in that movie Selma. Just like Fred Hampton in that movie Judas and the Black Messiah. Just like Harriet Tubman in that movie Harriet. All them foreign black folks. And it's like that in Washington too. The two people that they uplifted as black are not you, Barack Obama and Kamala Harris. And you got black men over there being sad, saying shit like this, spreading a bad word about the brothers. Let me see if I can cue something up real quick. God, this is a mayor of Baltimore. If Faulkner's anywhere around, I would want to know what he would think of his boy. Let me see. Make sure this is the right guy. Once again, everybody who's watching, please hit that like button. Thanks for thanks for watching. Brandon Scott. Yeah, that's his name. I want y'all to hear a little sound bit of him. This is Faulkner City. So wherever you are, Sarge, shout out to you. Go subscribe to Charles Faulkner Jr. if you haven't. So make sure that the Bluetooth is connected. Yeah, it's connected. All right. I want y'all to listen to what he says. Okay, where is it? There it is. There it is. All right. That basically it's entitled "America Does Not Deserve Black Women." Like I said, this is no strike against black women. If you feel protective of your mother, your sister, your aunt, your wife, your daughter, if you feel protective of that, fine. But you also have to stand on your own 2 feet and, act like you have a spine at some point as well. So you can't, for me at least, you can't have one without the other. So this is Mayor of Baltimore, Maryland, Brandon Moore.
As a man, but more importantly, as a black man, that this country does not deserve black women or black people, but specifically black women.
Yeah, it is.
This morning, I woke up and I just gave my wife a hug because I know how heavy this is weighing on black women. And they have carried this country and saved this country too many times and continue to be the most disrespected human beings on the planet. And it, quite frankly, it disgusts me. I'm thinking about the world that we're going to bring our daughter into in a few months. And I want the vice president to know that her and her team did everything right in the right way. But the unfortunate reality is that this country is still steeped in racism, sexism, and misogyny. I am personally proud of her, and I know that so many others are the same. We appreciate her tenacity, her focus, her decency, and how she handled herself throughout this campaign.
I agree with Art. Said he just wants some votes. Revelator, the spirit of variance, says he's reciting the Democratic playbook. Now, I'm not gonna tear what he said down completely, but it is virtue signaling. I mean, it is that. It is that, and it's like Art said, he's just trying to keep his political career alive. Jersey haven't said, yeah, I don't, yeah. Let me go back and just let me try to do a light critique of what he said. Let me see if that can happen.
As a man, but more importantly, as a black man, that this country does not deserve black women.
Speak for yourself. We built this country, so America really doesn't deserve black people. So he's halfway correct, but he's trying to say it in a way that, I don't know, gains him favor with the right people. But during the next 4 years, I'm afraid the climate is not going to be like that. It's going to be basically survival of the fittest. And, I would rather have it be that way instead of someone that's a person simply just trying to rub elbows with somebody just to, get some brownie points. And yeah, and you know, I never liked that kind of environment.
Or black people, but specifically black women.
Black men
This
don't
morning,
not enough black men value ourselves. We don't give ourselves high position. We make ourselves the crash test dummy. We make ourselves a sacrificial lamb. But there's always going to be that weak set of dudes that never want to give any type of credit to any black man that actually put himself on the line. They would rather put them in the line of fire, especially people who died for it, like Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. I just don't get it.
morning I woke up and I just gave my wife a hug because I know how heavy this is weighing on black women.
Okay, what I told the douche that wrote this post that's on the screen right now, I said that we got to just start telling black women the truth. She's not black. We should not accept her as black. It's not that black men can't lead. There's just a lot of punk ass niggas that's afraid to. And leading doesn't mean, you know, I point the finger, you go in that direction, you do what the fuck I tell you to do. Leading is just simply standing on your own too and going in your own direction or a direction that makes sense. If you are powerful enough and you have an R enough to inspire people, then there you go. But just trying to cry and like shaming niggas and crying for these hoes, that's not leading.
And they have carried this country and saved this country too many times.
They can't even save their own fucking neighborhood from their sons and daughters who keep producing badass kids. What the fuck is he talking about? See, this is where I start to get a little abrasive.
And continue to be the most disrespected human beings on the planet. And it, quite frankly,
the most disrespectful human beings on the planet.
Quite frankly, it disgusts me. I'm thinking about the world that we're going to bring our daughter into in a few months.
Well, my daughter's already here. I told her who I voted for and why. And we're still laughing at crash out videos.
Few months. And I want the vice president to know that her and her
team. Yes. I want my daughter to know that I can afford to buy her school lunch. They have more money for the things that she need, you know, rather than an expensive symbolic victory.
Her and her team did everything right in the right way.
No, they didn't. If you actually followed her campaign, no, they didn't. No, they did. No, her team didn't. No, she didn't. She took $1 billion and paid for a bunch of celebrities to say, hey, vote for Kamala. She got Megan Thee Stallion. She got Glorilla to give free concerts. Well, they weren't free. She paid for them. And now she's in 20 million in debt. And there was a report that Trump offered to pay off that 20 million just for good faith and unity. I said that's a massive amount of trolling right there. That's $20 million. Like, black toxic masculinity and patriarchy and Karens. Oh boy.
But the unfortunate reality is that this country is still steeped in racism, sexism, and misogyny.
I might put this shit in a short. This is comedy gold. I mean, Replay Gang, any women, do you feel more appreciated or less appreciated after hearing Mr. Brandon right here?
I am personally proud of her, and I know that so many others are the same.
That shit's running out too. First off, people are starting to call her mixed. The Kamala Harris mural they had in Atlanta, they've already painted over it. She let a lot of people down. for what pedestal that a lot of people were trying to put her on, she didn't she didn't meet the requirements. Kamala pandered too much to black people. Black people were going to vote automatically for her. Yeah, she didn't have to do all of that. Vote blue no matter who. That's black folks. That we well, not me, not anymore, not for the past 2 years. We are a vote blue. Now I keep saying we because of black people. Vote blue no matter who. We don't care. We'll just do it. We don't need the information. We don't need what these people's policies are. Yeah, I mean, I did a short on Van Jones, which I mean, I wasn't ever a fan of Van Jones, and I'm talking about this has been 2016 when I was introduced to him by CNN. You know that was not that opportunities package or whatever that was. That was not for black men. Black men could find a way through it through a bunch of red tape, I'm sure, but that was not for black men. It wasn't. It was for those other people. You know, those people that keep getting free shit. Muscle memory voting. Yep. Yep. They see blue. That's it. Yeah, they'll be calling her Indian again real soon if they're not. Yeah, I know. But these old sad niggas right here that write posts like this. Niggas like this. Niggas with wigs on. Somebody look like that go in the bathroom behind your daughter. That's what these motherfuckers voted for. That's why these dudes were writing these sad ass posts, because of niggas like this. This shit right here. If VP Harris is not the winner, we can thank black toxic masculinity, Karens, patriarchy, and religion for what we wind up with. Oh, okay. Yeah, here's what we're winding up with so far. At least that's what we're saying. We have other world leaders now wanting to have peace talks with the United States of America. We're going to have a crackdown on censorship and wokeism. You know, we're working back toward a booming economy, which means more money in all of our pockets. So hey, that's what we might wind up with. Mean tweets. Shit. Oh God. Boy. David Carroll said, rest in peace to David Carroll, by the way. Said black women don't differentiate. This dude would be classed as the same ancient Negro like the. Yeah, absolutely. These dudes don't matter. I've said this. These dudes do not matter. Nothing they say matters. It will never matter. Your effort is for naught. This man's scared of being looked at cross-eyed by his mother. But mama, I did vote for her. Forever blessed was good. Keith said, that's what I voted for in 16, 20, and 24. Trump Vance 2024. Yep. It's going to have to be Trump Vance for everybody now. That's the president and the vice president. And they campaign the right way. Sorry. For those of you who want to get angry with me, they campaign the right way. I mean, the whole they're eating the dogs and cats thing, that wasn't campaigning the right way, but everything else was. I mean, I didn't see Trump getting a bunch of celebrities that, a bunch of people that, own beach homes talking about some, oh man, Jorge didn't clean the bathroom before we came. Like, complaining about shit like that, lecturing you about how you should vote. And sad niggas want to write posts like this. They won. Ohio was a lie. No, they didn't win. Then Ohio went to Trump. I think, yeah, like, let me see. Here we go. Yep, Ohio went to Trump. Unless you're talking about 2020. Okay. Yeah. Tuvalu, uh, Panapa, Tuvalu, Panapa. Okay. Productive black men was completely abandoned Klingon Keisha's, KK Keisha's, and Klingon KKK Keisha led matriarchal rat community. Hey, that's why a lot of dudes don't go to church anymore, because they've already done it. A lot of dudes already done it. A lot of dudes going around here with women of other races. Don't believe the hype when these big backs say, oh, these women don't want y'all. No, these niggas don't want you. Shit. We sure hate, we sure don't hate putting it that way, because we're brutally honest around here. Weird. Ohio used to be Democrat. T. Gill 95. What's good? Ohio used to be Democrat. Let me tell you what happened. People are sick of it. Like, for even all the blue wall states, well, most of the blue wall states, because I believe Minnesota is blue wall too, right? But all the blue wall states went red. That's saying last time Ohio went blue was Obama against Mitt Romney. Yeah, you're correct. People are voting with their pockets. We got to. Too much has been taken out of it. Groceries 2 and 3 times the price now. And it's like the prices of eggs fluctuates constantly. Milk, stuff, such basic shit, eggs and milk and bottled water. Yeah, but at least those leaders that we've been shoehorning all that money to, they want to talk now. But instead we got some black dudes writing posts like this. If VP Harris is not the winner, we can thank, black toxic masculinity, Karens, patriarchy, and religion for what we wind up with. When did patriarchy become a problem? When did having a daddy taking a lead role in a family been a problem? Maybe Kenneth was right, that these dudes been having women lead them this entire time. Where's that? Yeah, there it is. The last line in Kenneth Holmes' little mad graph. Let's stop acting like women haven't been leading you your whole life. I mean, I'm for real. For the kind of kid, then the adult I became, I did have a mother that at least tried to do that. Tried. I don't know. Maybe it was just in my nature. Maybe I was sexist ever since I was a kid. Some ain't connecting, Mom. You trying to sit up there and lead the charge. Some ain't connecting. I mean, I love and respect my mother, but just as far as all that lead shit, no, I'm sorry. Okay. He wrote the quiet part out loud. Jersey Hammer says Ohio was a swing state depending if jobs were stable. If jobs were stable, the Cleveland, Akron, Toledo, and Columbus areas voted blue for the labor gimmies. That was Sherrod Brown's bread and butter for years. You got KKK Keisha wanting a man that makes 100K and then wants you to vote against your financial interest. Yeah. And these Keishas be damn going to work at Blue Vest trying to tell you where the socks and drawers are. Get the fuck out my face right now. Or there's that other option. Smile like a donut. That's instinctive with all boys. They don't respect their moms when they're getting on them, only the fathers. Yeah, because like boys figure out real quick that, even like when they start reaching ages like 9 and 10, that they are gaining a physical advantage on their mothers. They notice mother doesn't hit as hard as dad does. They notice that girls their age is not keeping up with their level of strength. That's why most sensible parents don't want used to be Tyrone playing sports with their daughters. And I have an active daughter, so I don't, I know I'm about to do, and I have a daughter, therefore I got to do it. I have an active daughter, therefore I don't want her playing sports with used to be Tyrone and used to be Steven. I don't want that. That was a big mistake that the Democrats made. But we got men that's calling out other men who don't think a woman can lead. I guess he called me out then. Ooh. Let's see. Yeah. Look at that masculinity. Look at this. This photo right here is oozing machismo. Sad niggas writing beta ass post. I'm sorry. I mean, they still going through it right now. They still going through the disappointment. Let me stop. Let me stop. I won't want that either if I had a daughter. When did that become something that was cool? I mean, if you're talking about the used to be Tyrone playing with girls in sports, I mean, that's what if you were Democrat, if you want to vote blue no matter who, you voted to support that. You make a very good point right there, because most of them dudes can hang in their own their own gender sport. So like a lot of them like, oh, I'm a girl. I want that first place trophy. I want my mama's records. Like, shoot. Say as a registered track official, I know I will look sideways at a dude identifying as a chick throwing a lighter shot and this and the boys. And you could look sideways like that and keep your job because of the current administration. Oh, it's about to get real up in here. All that soft boy shit, all that about to go away. All of it. That man say, I am not apologizing to black women because Kamala Harris lost, because she's not black. She's not for us. And if these betas around here, betas like this, had the balls to tell the truth with they scary asses, then they wouldn't be walking around here looking so disappointed and shit. The BET Black Men Summit. It needed to be the BETA Black Men Summit. They can play sports, use the same restroom. No, not on my watch. Shoot. There was a father in Arizona in Arizona that beat some dude to death for following his daughter in a bathroom. I did the story on that about 3 years ago. It was at a Quick Trip. Let me see if I can. I think his name was Melvin Lindsay. No, it wasn't Melvin Lindsay. Father beats man to death in Arizona bathroom. Yep, that's okay. I found it. I found the story already. Melvin Harris. Yeah, Melvin Harris. I had when I did that video, I did like 3 videos on this back in the day. When I did those videos, the family members and friends of Melvin Harris showed up in the comment section. No lie. The guy that got beat to death was Leon Armstrong. Now, we knew that he knew that was a man, and he tried to enter the stall where his daughter was. So he Melvin Harris told the security guard, if I remember the story correctly. He told the security guard, "Hey man, this man just tried to get in the damn bathroom where my daughter was. Y'all need to do something about this." So he said the security guard act like he didn't want to do shit. So he said, "If you don't do something, I will." So he confronted the guy and stomped the change off of him. But I think the dude ended up dying from a brain bleed. And Melvin Harris unfortunately got 8 years in prison for protecting his daughter. That's all I see it as. He protected his daughter from a nigga following his daughter in the restroom rather. You know, niggas like this that's in the damn screen are too weak to advocate for men like Melvin Harris. I bet not ever meet DL Hughley or any of these men. You weak ass niggas. But of course, they're one of those upper crust dudes. They feel as if they belong in a class all their own. So we wouldn't be able to get close enough to these motherfuckers anyway. But the way independent media is going, that the road is gonna eventually lead to them. And why they decided to speak the way they spoke to black men during this election season. I would love to talk to DL Hughley about that. People like Michael Ealy, people like Benjamin Crump, Jermaine Dupri. But the odds are that since they're bourgeois, that these guys believe that their shit don't stink. They probably will put on the hand sanitizer as soon as you shake their hand. This whole image right here is fake as fuck because it wasn't about black men. None of this presentation was about black men. I mean, yeah, well, it was about black men, but it was in servitude to other shit besides black men. Basically, it was a pep rally for a half-ass presidential candidate. You goddamn right, Keith. Trump should pardon him. Maybe I should write a letter to Donald Trump. Please pardon Melvin Harris. All he was doing was protecting his daughter. I think I will. I mean, hey, you know, it's worth a shot. And none of them in our community live in our community and deal with our struggles under this administration. I think that the celebrity voice is dead as far as, you know, talking to regular people. And this election cycle really showed it because all the money the Democrats and Kamala Harris threw at celebrities to say, hey, come vote for Kamala, and none of it worked. It didn't work at all. This right here says it didn't work. To hell with celebrities. Go to your fucking beach home. Go to your vacation spot. Travel around the world for the 100th fucking time. I don't care what you gotta say. oh, let's just get some black men to go out there and, let's not listen to the voices of black men. Let's tell them what the fuck they need to do. Fuck these niggas. See, that is a gift and a curse that black men don't join up, that don't unify. Because the sisterhood does that. Every time a woman is being scrutinized, and all of a sudden she has to join up with that woman. Stop talking about us. We don't join up with brothers like this, and that's a good thing. You're right, Revelator. Hell no, we don't listen to Select. Fuck them. I mean, a lot of people that like were in social media spaces, they were already saying stuff like, man, all this celebrity worship. So it's something that people been on. It's just that it's more widely known. That's a fact. That it's like mainstream media. Like this is a fact right here. The general public is losing trust in mainstream media. They're more reliant on independent media right now. Independent media such as this, even though I'm a very small venue comparatively speaking to others, venues like this on YouTube, we have a chance to now thrive because of, and it's because of the incoming administration. Because see, the incoming administration knows what it's like to be censored. So and like I said, I don't rely on people to keep their promises, but if they keep their promise, everybody's going to get a shot. YouTube can't look at a place like Black Men Being Brutally Honest and say that, hey, we're suppressing your algorithm because you're named black men and we don't want black men to have that word. And like I said, I ain't begging nobody for nothing. All I'm saying is this. If we're going to allow freedom of speech, let everybody have that freedom of speech. Like I said, as controversial as I said, hey, even the white man that wants to say the N-word, let him say the N-word. But no one roasts better than black people. Seriously, you can look at the comedians of the past, on that. If we took our efforts and then actually, purge racism that way, it will be more fun. Crying about shit. Oh my God. He said the N-word. She said the N-word. Let's get him fired. No, roast them, motherfucker. Embarrass them publicly. I'm just going to dox you and get you fired. That's a bitch's way out. Destroy them. Destroy them directly. That's the kind of world I want to live in. The world where I'm allowed to be as verbally ruthless as I want. And then it'll be a survival of the fittest thing. So if you get out roasted by a white person, it just happened like that. If you get out roasted by a Hispanic, you just happen like that. But, I think it's an advantage that we have and we don't use because people like these niggas have been teaching other black men to be crybabies. I can't eat a concert or a 6K tax cut for first time parents. No, you can't. And then they're talking about y'all don't want to buy no homes. Talking about 20K for new home buyers. What about current home buyers that voted Democrat? You got a plan for them? People aren't looking at the wording of these so-called policies that these people are introducing. They can go in any direction they want and still not help you. Like I said, that opportunities plan, that wasn't for black men. Crypto and weed. Like I said, back in my heavy weed smoking days, the best weed came from white dudes. I mean, I'm talking about the really pretty green marijuana covered in the white crystals, the THC crystals. And then like you hit it through a gravity bong and then like the next 4 hours are just fucking chill. Like that kind of weed. Like how is legalizing weed gonna benefit only black men? And black men never asked for anything. All we asked for was for black people. And I think I said that earlier. Black men, what we weren't like being Vivica Fox with black women. We need something specifically for black women. We need something specifically for black men too. We don't do that shit. The Shields talk about a flawless campaign and candidate. A flawless campaign doesn't lose. Great point. How the fuck is it flawless if you lose? Flawless means winning. Flawless means that flawless would have meant like more than 312 electoral votes for the blue side. I'm talking about completely blowing Trump out of the water, completely making him into the joke they said he was. Now you got niggas writing posts like this on social media. Dear black women, I'm sorry. Not me, not Kevin. You think I was talking to my wife like this? No. I'm sorry. I know it might seem like you have no allies. She got me. I'm her ally. Get the fuck out of here. Not for no South Indian, Asian, Irish, HBCU, Jamaican. Niggas are a joke. And I want us to stop being jokes. This is going to be their last hurrah. They are now irrelevant. Yeah. Or maybe they've been irrelevant. But I don't think they're done talking. I think they're just quiet for now. You know, most of these motherfuckers that's doing this shit, you know, they're coping right now. People like Willie D, they're coping. You know, saying stuff like, "Oh, I bet they won't say it's rigged now. I bet they won't say it's rigged now." And now there's a conspiracy. Now there's a conspiracy theory saying that Elon Musk and Donald Trump rigged the election. You know, we don't need to start talking about rigging again, because wasn't that was the premise of the insurrection, that people could not accept the results of the election? And then you had all these politicians, I'm going to accept the results of the election because that is the patriotic thing to do. So they're not doing it. It's okay to not do the patriotic thing now. We need a good economy so we can start a business that will succeed. We don't want to start a business for it to fail because of inflation and taxation. Yeah. Inflation and taxation. They'll blame it on Trump, but they keep giving money to other countries and other groups. So how does that work? That's what people, even if you did not know anything about politics, and you have these old smart asses that swear they know everything about politics, this is what the optics are. People don't care about all that smart ass shit. They just want money in their pocket. Where's the extra 20 million votes Biden got last election? Biden got 81 million votes last election. 81 million votes. It was the most that any candidate ever got in, I think, election history. More than Barack Obama. Now, Trump got 74, which is 7 million. According to this graphic right here. And Kamala got 70, but still, that's a significant number of votes that are still missing. And I believe it's because a lot of people voted for the couch. A lot of millions of Americans decided that neither one of these people were worth the shit, which, could be argued. But Donald Trump is making some bold claims now. And I think what it does is it's going to shift the balance. It's going to make things balanced again. I mean, you can call him what you want. Shoot, I mean, I'm sorry. I agree with the stuff he's been saying. I think I made the right decision, voting. So, if you don't like it, hey, if it's eventually to be proven wrong and he's proven to be lying about the stuff that he is proposing, then hey, then nobody can say anything. We'll just have to wait and see. But the man got to get in office. But yeah. He got Biden got a bunch. Yeah, Biden got a lot of votes. There's either a lot of people didn't come out, or what is being implied that there were a lot of votes that were fudged in favor of Joe Biden. Because really, on election night, Trump won the election. On election night in 2020, it was taken from him. It was taken from him because they was talking about, oh man, we didn't count all the mail-in votes. We didn't count all the mail-in votes, which was BS. Because a lot of people mailed in their vote before election day. So how did you miss that many mail-in votes? So some stupid motherfuckers decided to have an insurrection. What they won't tell you about the insurrection was that Trump was offering the protection to the White House, Nancy Pelosi in particular, and she turned it down. So, all right, it's been an hour and a half. Now, if I drop this link, I know nobody's gonna come up here and give me smoke or anything. I did say I voted for Donald Trump, so somebody might want to give me smoke about that. But they might try to make the argument, what you want? You think Trump care about you? Huh? And then I'm gonna say no. Percy Miracles was good. The mayor of DC turned down help from Trump bringing in the National Guard. And then they want to sit there and complain like this election cycle, they complain like Trump wants to turn the military on American citizens. They repeatedly said that. They also called him Adolf Hitler and his followers Nazis. He said Reich many times. Man, look, whatever's best for the country. That's what I say. Whatever's best for the country. Fuck your feelings. Stop being a beta. Not you, Percy Miracles. Good to see you. Good, glad that you guys are showing up, man. For real. I've been seeing some new faces. I got a comment. You're kind of glad President Trump won? Yeah, I'm glad President Trump won. I don't want tampon dispensers in boys' bathrooms. The DOD gave the order to kill citizens on U.S. soil, but it didn't happen. I mean, but if they were being a danger to innocent people, see, police officers would do that. Police officers would do that. Well, what's up, Punisher? We got the Punisher in the building. Let me drop this link. I mean, if it's not anyone's intention to come up, then I'll just drop it anyway. I give it a few minutes. But yeah, man. Yeah, AL. I voted for Trump, bro. It wasn't a tough decision. I mean, people have to just my thing was people had to keep their eyes peeled. Anybody that kept their eyes peeled would have made the same decision I would have made. Call me whatever the fuck you want to call me. But what's good, AL?
Man, long time no see, bro. I'm glad to see you still doing your thing. Keep talking your shit, man. You know I'm a fan, and you know I'm a supporter. Man, been going through it, but shit's all good. I'm just here to say that vote Tuesday was a referendum for mankind. It was a vote for mankind. 2 baseballs and a baseball bat. And all of you men who knew what the mission was and the assignment and followed through, I'm so proud of y'all. So proud. I don't care what nobody say. We go stick our chest out, hold our head up high, stick our chin out, and let them know masculinity and manhood is back. And we not finna let them try to take it away no more. We done. They had 60 years. 60 years. They had a good run, but it's over. They crying and they bitter tears. And guess what? I don't give a damn, but I digress.
I mean, yeah. I mean, my thing is like mistreating anyone over this election was bad. And it seemed to me like uh yeah, I've been paying attention. I've been paying attention to the news ever since Trump won. And it just seems like things are going in a positive direction. Uh for now. I mean, the way the media framed it, like it was going to be the end of the world. Now you got world leaders wanting to talk. Okay, we'll see what
Yeah, yeah,
we'll see what we
Big
can
Daddy
do.
coming in
Like,
with that shaving belt, that old school shaving belt. He about to start whooping some asses. And everybody who been acting up around the world, gonna get reintroduced to Big Daddy with that belt. Yeah. Don Cheeto ain't playing with y'all. He ain't playing with y'all.
yeah, yeah, it is. I mean, it's a shame, but hopefully, if this is a positive, that it will have lasting effects. It's something that they just want to do with the next administration. Because I mean, it just seems like if he does it, will they try to reset it in 4 years and put things back to the way they were?
Do you not know who his vice president is? You're talking
JD
about
Vance.
him.
I've heard JD Vance speak, and I would rather have JD Vance as a vice president than Tim Walz. Clear.
Yes, and he's very competent, very astute, very educated, very determined, and he reminds me of my grandfather. He ain't taking no shit off of nobody, and he come up a poor man and turned himself into something. And I don't care what none boy. Look at his wife, this man. Look, I want the best man in the office who can get the job done for America. Period.
Mm.
Period.
Yeah. I voted for this country, bro. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody's always like, oh, when they get on their slow tip about, this country ain't never did us no good and America was never great. I'm like, we live here. I mean, if we plan on staying here, you want to do what's best for this country. And I wasn't convinced that Kamala Harris was the best person for the job. I mean, y'all can say all day because she black, she black. She wasn't black to me. I wasn't gonna call her a black woman because I knew what she represented as far as us would have been embarrassing for the women, and that's kind of what happened. It was kind of embarrassing for the women.
There was not anybody that she brought up and used during this campaign that was worth listening to. She brought up nothing but 304s and 304s and panders. Period. Everybody, if it wasn't a 304, it was a pander. And all they did was just try to shuck and jive us. And when anybody asked her something hard or something, that required legitimate brain power, she couldn't even rely on her Harvard degree to answer hard, thoughtful, thought out questions. And when I recall one reporter asked something fairly difficult, but not too hard. Something that a normal presidential candidate should have been. Well, you know what I mean. What the hell what kind of answer is that? You know what I mean. No, we don't know what you mean. We need a concise, clear answer from you, lady, about this subject that he hit you with. And you couldn't even give him that. I knew right
But
then.
she was the queen of, and I mean QUEAN of not answering questions. Man, it was just, look, if you are a president or you are trying to get elected into the position, you need to carry yourself as one which means
Hello.
that you have to deal with the media in a presidential way, and she wasn't doing it in a presidential way. It just she could not answer questions for to save her fucking life. So where are you stand on the reparations issue? Well, for starters, I grew up in a middle class family, and then she'll start off on that shit. She had a script.
For almost 3 weeks, it was. I grew up in the middle class. Look here, lady. We passed your intro speech. It's time for you to give us some substance. You done told us how you live. Let us know what you can do to get this economy back going, and let us know what you can do to get that money back that you and your president done gave away to everybody else but Americans. Can you figure out how to tell us how you go rectify those situations? Can you tell us how you go get up out of Israel? You go get them, Big Netanyahu, to stop fighting amongst
Yeah,
his people.
because she wasn't giving like any real crisp solid answer on her, as far as foreign policy. And Trump already had that experience. He's already talked to these people, and when he got elected, the world leaders now, though the ones that are directly involved in those conflicts, they want to talk with them about settling the fuck down. So I think I don't think that's something that she could have ever pulled off. Like I said, what's best for the country and basically what's best for the world at this point. If 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 everyone who voted for Trump ultimately were proven to have made the right decision, then what is anybody gonna have to say? What they still what they gonna do? They still gonna pull that shit out their ass like they did, like they've been doing for the past 4 years. Like the whole thing with the Stormy Daniels. I'm gonna say this: I wasn't gonna do the whole that poor white woman routine. I was not gonna do that. Like I was like, once I heard she was a sex worker, that was it. That was it for me.
Hmm.
I didn't entertain it any further. And the 34 felonies, as far as I know, were paperwork felonies. They were like hush money. So I mean, like if they accepted the money, there shouldn't even be an issue. But according to the laws of the land, it is. But so that's when people say stuff like, "How could you vote for a person with 34 felonies?" I don't feel sorry. I don't do that poor white woman. I don't do that. But let me respond to Keith real quick. He said, "I'm from Oakland, California. All I know about her is she is the police." I've talked to a couple of people from California, and they do not like Kamala Harris for her time as DA and her time as like seriously, they know all about her and Willie Brown, and basically one of the people that I talked to claimed that her daughter-in-law worked in Kamala Harris's office, and they said she was a real bitch. Now,
Go
what?
go ask Simone Sanders. She worked with a big linebacker back. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
big back, the one that said black men's unsolicited opinions. Yeah, that's
That
Simone
woman said
Sanders.
she could never work for another woman again after dealing with that woman. And that's sad.
Yeah, there were reports early in Biden's presidency that said that she had ran the worst vice presidential office in probably history. They said the morale was super low. She also has been reported to treat her campaign manager like shit.
Oh yeah, Julio Cesar Chavez's granddaughter. Yeah, she treated her like crap. Like that weekend that they had their little presidential dinner thing that she skipped out on. She skipped out on it, but tried to say that Cesar Chavez's granddaughter coaxed her not to go for the simple fact it would look good, it would look bad if you did that to the LGBTQ LMNOP party. Who gives a shit? Man, if your job was to show up because everybody else showed up and everybody was being political, just do it. I mean, you worried about the wrong backlash. Like and then this would kill me. You can't do nothing for black people. You have to do something for everybody. So what makes the LGBTQ LMNOP party so more important than everybody else?
Man, look, that dinner you was talking about, I got a clip of it on the end of that video I just dropped a few hours ago. So if you haven't checked it out yet, AL, go ahead and check that video out. talking about that white dudes for Harris. Yeah.
First chance I get, I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, man. I thought it was quite funny. I don't like to toot my own horn. I like for people, other people to, give me their opinion on such. But I thought the video was funny. It's like it's got some white dudes on there crashing out. It's hilarious, bro.
The crash out game by these fools this week has been historical. I mean, monumental. I'm like, epic proportions of just, yeah. We're not gonna have sex with y'all for the next. Look at here. All the ones who saying that they finna go 4B is some of the most Mack truck face, Freightliner face, Kenworth face, international face looking, truck face looking broads you ever seen, man. I seen better faces on the front grill of a goddamn Ford F-150 Duty. And ain't none of them attractive. They either bloated, they got their daddy's face in the front, or they morbidly obese, or they just hideous to look. I mean, look at you know me, bro.
I can't get the care I need.
I'm just saying the same. And I'm just gonna call it like it is. The audacity, ain't no straight heterosexual male looking for the likes of you, bro. So guess what? You can take that with JJ and stick a pipe in it and smoke it by yourself. Cause trust me, ain't nobody finna come cuddle up with y'all and lay down with y'all. And I hope when they hit y'all even doubly hard.
The man said no Netflix and chills for you hoes.
None.
None. That man said some chicks complain about Trump's felonies while getting their walls caved in by a felon. Yeah, I mean, why play the high and mighty position now? Oh man. But hell, man, all facts, bro. Yeah, man. So, yeah, I think I heard you speak on Roger's show about the BET or the BETA's Black Men Summit.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that whole week leading up into that, man, I kind of came back around and I was like, oh, no, this is bigger than me. Let me get back on this Black Manosphere note and do what I need to do and be the contributor I need to be and root for mankind, period, point blank. Like I said, this was a referendum for mankind. And like I told them boys 2 months prior, because, not just your show, not just Roger's show. I do multiple shows with multiple Black men, and we talk about a lot of stuff. Now, we don't agree about everything, but we agree about most things. And I told him 2.5 months back, right after that assassination attempt, I said, bro, he's going to win in a landslide. And I said, y'all mark my words. I said, the lowly trucker with a junior college education and 2 trade schools under his belt told y'all this. And if my damn prediction, I have been patting my, see, you don't like the, big up yourself. I don't care. I'm gonna big up myself. I bigged up myself all this week. I'm talking about a brother happy in the city with a bag of riches in church. Look on first Sunday, looking for bread. You don't get no happy in that. Cause them boys with them bags of riches, boy, they be super happy when they get a whole bag to themselves. They don't get no happy in that. Boy, and I'm talking about I've been high capping all week long. I'm talking about not only did we get the presidency, we got the Senate, the House, and the popular vote. If that ain't a landslide, I don't know what you call
it. Yeah, like I said earlier, people are just tired of it. They're just tired of it. They were tired of the bullshit. So, as far as the House goes, the Republicans are 4 seats away from the majority. If they get the majority, that means that, and it looks like they are, like from because like there are areas that are pink, and those are the ones likely to turn red. If they get those seats, then that means that Trump has something called a God, what's that word? Mandate. Yeah, he has a mandate. So, for those of you who like AL and myself, we will keep our fingers crossed. And I ain't never rode with the Republicans. I mean, before this election, never rode with them. I mean, it is. I mean, it's something that it was just not taught to me. I was always taught vote blue no matter who, vote blue down ballot. We need all Democrats, period.
They watch the black male mankind for 60 years. Do as I say. Do as well, this is how our families do it. But guess what? It was a time and a place for that. And guess what? What y'all served up Democratic Party as a candidate, she didn't amount to a hill of beans. So with that being said, was we gonna keep go along and get along and still not getting nothing out the deal, or say, guess what? We got to make a change. We got to show we gonna make a change. We know that Don Cheeto is gonna try to play some games and run amok on the black community like he always do. He give out what he want to give out. He forget what he want to forget. He say what he want to say. He gonna do what he want to do. But guess what? I'd rather deal with the devil that I know versus the devil that's unknown to me. Screw that.
Look, that man just saying how he really feel. And if all of the motherfuckers said how they really felt, they would be worse. You would see them as worse human beings than you see them now. Donald Trump is just saying the quiet thing out loud. If a lot of these politicians that we love so much said the quiet thing out loud, and they do kind of let things slip out, like Barack Obama would let things slip out, we should not have ever, like, from going back and looking at the Flint water crisis, and what he did was he took a glass of Flint water and touched his lips with it, but didn't sip at all. We should have been done with Barack Obama. We should have been done with him then.
I gave up on Barack Obama the minute I realized he was declaring drone strikes. And I'm like, you supposed to be a man of hope and change, and a man who never served in the military whatsoever. You could allow Hillary Clinton to go over there and do Muammar Gaddafi the way he did, do Libya the way they did, and then you throw out all these drone strikes, but then in this next word, I'm pulling out everybody right now. I'm gonna end this stuff. No, you two-faced. You're a double speaker. But guess what? Everybody's on your NUTSs like you the end all be all. No, he got one vote for me one time. I didn't vote for him a second time. Oh no. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me till you try to fool me again. I ain't allowed.
Yeah, I remember that, man. Oh man, but Porsche Prairie AL says, take the credit, brother. You did say landslide.
Yes, I did call it. I did. Everybody like, oh, it's too early. It's too early. No, bro, no. The writing is on the wall. We man, this woman done nothing. We gave her 4 assignments as a vice president. She screwed up all 4 assignments. All 4. But you wanted us to elect that. No, she wasn't gonna be on.
Because they kept pushing her as a black woman, and black people, once black people hear black, and in Western culture, the black community is pretty matriarchal, whether people want to admit it or not. So once they kept hearing black woman repeatedly, we were just supposed to vote for her just like that. And like I said, for the kind of person I seen her to be, aside from all that, I just would never call her a black woman, because I knew where it was headed.
I love my elder dearly in his wisdom that he teaches every day, the honorable master educator. I respect what he was saying. He pointed out the lineage and how it goes, and the fact that she was raised over here, and one dry boo, this and that. And once you get over here, this is how they perceive. But like I was saying, the minute Biden got elected, and the first woman of color Asian, this is how they presented it. But before then, when you were running, you was a black woman. But then you took the stage as an Asian woman of the city. But I'm like, oh, so you cosplaying and you playing chameleon on us. Okay, I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that. And then you can fool females because they easily fool. Well, she look like me. She talk like me. She got a perm like me. I believe she's like me. No, you can't fool a man. You can't fool a man. We see right through. We saw right through it.
Let's see if I can pull this up. See, I pull this up because Carlton Way once said that some black man even called her Mamala. So I'm gonna pull up that short that I put.
I like the nickname Eddie Griffin gave because I just subscribed to his channel too. Then he called her Cam Liar. That's what he was calling. She's Cam Liar.
There it is. There it is. Hold on one second. Let me share this screen. All right, so all right, there it is. Says oh shit. Hold on. Oh, boots. Oh, come on. Where's the volume? Oh, there it is.
Sent us a love letter. Finally, Kamala Harris sent us a love letter. Finally, Kamala Harris sent us a love letter.
You got that Prime Van Jones up there? Oh my goodness. Oh my
Say what?
goodness. I said you got that crying Van Jones up there. Oh,
yeah. He called her Mamala. That's why I'm playing this. Yeah, that crying ass nigga.
And whatever love letter she wrote, Crybaby Jones, we rejected it. You know, you might not, like your two baseballs and baseball bat between your legs, but we do. So, yeah.
Harris to black men who need some love, black men who need some respect, black men who need some concern and some care and consideration. We need some mamala from Kamala, and we got that. We stood on business.
Yo, bonafide Joe.
As Keith said, I knew she wasn't black because her father name never came out for her. We love our daughters. Yeah, they never they never spoke with him. They never had an extensive conversation with it. I mean, they pushed her black side, but never really they showed pictures of her black father. He got some early pictures out there on the internet. He got an afro with one of them thick mustaches. But they never really talked to her. And then the one thing that we found that he said, this was a few broadcasts back, was he was mad that she was stereotyping Jamaicans, as far as the weed reference. Because I think Charlemagne the God, her favorite interviewer, I believe he said something like, yeah, they say you don't want weed legalized. She said, oh, that's not true. I was like, are you kidding? I'm from Jamaica. Her father got mad and was like, that shit don't represent us. So.
Well, she can go back to her white Jewish husband and go cry them tears of sorrow to him because, like I affectionately love to say, we don't give a damn.
Jersey Hammer said, I voted for Chase Oliver, but these liberals make me sick. This one kind of make me happy watching these liberals cope. Yeah, they crying their fucking eyes out. Like let me show y'all this other short of mine. This is, this was Obama right here.
The African American community. Why not say then, this is for you? This is for African Americans. If there was a banking crisis, then you target money for the banks. If there was a national disaster, you target your money for the national for disaster relief.
That's not how America works. We want to give those young people and young Native Americans like them the support they deserve. We have to invest in them and believe in them and love them.
Why not target the African American community? Why not say then, this is for you? This is for African Americans. President Barack Obama has begun new initiatives aimed at helping young American Indians or Native Americans overcome the many challenges they face, from poverty to substance abuse.
That's not how America works. And few have been more marginalized and ignored by Washington for as long as Native Americans. are first Americans.
How?
They get in the power position and they do the complete opposite. And I'm gonna tell you why they do this. And it gets frustrating seeing these videos from people that want black people to give their time, energy, and they go around fuck them in the is because they use black people as the blood vessel to suck, to leech, to use and abuse. That's why they don't give black people fucking shit. Personally. So when they put these policies, it because they let other parasites suck on black people's blood in America. Period.
Okay. Yeah.
Now I know that sounds foreign, but go over your head. But listen to me well. Why if they did not give black people what is rightful, reparation or repair? Because you are the vessel they need to suck off of. And they if they decide to give you some, they eventually don't get nothing, and they will slowly wither. Period. Your president said that he's not gonna do it, but he go turn and do something for what? Native Americans just a while ago, you just played. Why do they need something that they already gotten already? Because they need to keep bleaching off us so they give to them.
Okay. All right. Let me show you this clip of Trump. Like there was this dinner that AL was talking about earlier. But he was in this particular clip. He was talking about white dudes for Harris. So this is from the video I dropped today. Long live the habitual line steppers.
There's a group called White Dudes for Harris. Have you seen this? White Dudes for Harris. Anybody know it? Are some of you here? White Dudes for Harris doesn't sound like it. But I'm not worried about them at all because their wives and their wives' lovers are all voting for me. Every one of those people is
45, 47. 45, 47.
Trump's actually gonna win this day. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm so pissed off. God damn it.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna put the link in the description after this line. Oh man. No, ain't nothing ever worth crashing out like that. Ever, bro. Okay. Let's see. Go back to the other. Oh, here we go. All right. Oh, it's been 2 hours, man. So, Chaos, you got any other thoughts? Here's the topic, by the way. We have a beta male, the beta male conundrum, this beta male problem that we've been having, that we've been seeing. The one of the biggest problem is these guys are being given airtime by the mainstream media. And of course, because of the results of the election, that we have a chance to stump these motherfuckers out once and for all. So I don't know if you've been watching Donald Trump releasing a series of videos talking about what he's going to do, but one thing he's going to stomp out is censorship. Basically, if people are being shadow banned, what he's proposing is he's going to sign into law that if you're being shadow banned, you must get a notice that you're being shadow banned and why you're being shadow banned.
I don't know about that, bro. Personally,
everybody always puts this doubt. It's like, oh, I don't believe that and all. But he said he's going to do it. Like I said, I don't believe or trust that anybody's going to do it, but to try to cast doubt on it before he has a chance to do it, then I think that's a move in the right direction, because you have a person that they tried to put in prison. They tried to put him in prison. So, and these were the very people that's trying to censor everybody to have a difference of opinion in them. So I think that if he's able to pull this off, it'll be a step in the right direction.
Well, I question that personally. That's the only bill he
You
laid
question it. What is your basis for questioning it?
My thing about this, if they put a bill and say you this report say I'm shaving and explain why. Like I said, that's reporting what I'm doing. If there's no need, and if I'm
You don't know if you're being shadow banned at this point, or you don't know if you are being shadow banned. You don't get any notice why. If your channel is deleted, you don't get any notice why. They just do it. You can reach out to them all day. Some people appeal and get their channels back, but in most cases they don't. At least the least that can happen is you can get a notice. So if you decide to try again, you can avoid what got you banned in the first place. But they won't give they're not giving people notice right now. They're just kicking you off.
So if they're saying a letter right now, Kev say, we might gonna turn your channel because you talk about black women. You're gonna sit there and peel it?
Huh?
If they're saying no, it's in the mail or digital email and said, hey, we're just sending you a heads up that
yes, he also said that there should be a process for appealing the decision.
Oh.
All right. Yeah, he said all of that stuff. I mean, it sounds like to me that it's not just him, it's the team that's around him. Keith said he likes the team that's around him. I like the team that's around him too. I still got to learn a lot by Vivek Ramaswamy, but Robert F. Kennedy, I mean, if he wants to really make our food healthier and get a lot of these, like a lot of the foods that they sell over here, they got banned in other countries. So
they put too much sugar.
why would you want to give the American people food that is substandard in other places? So I like that. Then he has Tulsi Gabbard on his team. Like I said, I got more to learn about Vivek Ramaswamy. But if you got people that, then you got Elon Musk that wants to take our technology to a new level. I mean, people don't like Elon Musk just because he sided with the Republicans. Elon Musk was popular about a year ago. So everybody, all this new hatred for Elon Musk, I don't get it.
So,
but Donald Trump, like Keith makes a pretty good point. Donald Trump, independent media did win the election for him. If we just relied on mainstream media and the television, they'll be our president instead of us. So, I'm not saying like put all your eggs in the Donald Trump basket, because people are going to be programmed by the fact that by the fact that the mainstream media bombarded us with he's racist, he's xenophobic, he wants to kill people, he wants to turn the military on American citizens, he wants to terminate the Constitution, all that bullshit. He wants to control women's bodies. Like they treated you like you had the brain of a 13-year-old kid that's still scared of horror movies. So you should take that into consideration. So I do understand, Chaos, why your trust might be a little wrecked at this point from, American politics as a whole. But I'm willing to give this a chance, because, I mean, it's like I've never heard really a president say a bunch of shit I agree with.
Okay.
So, I mean, if it doesn't happen, it's the same old, same old. This is shit that we're just used to anyway. But to hear him say something that directly affects channels such as ours, I believe is a good thing. It lets me know that someone is listening. So I'm not saying that he's like Donald Trump is going to be the savior of all. He has a very bad reputation, and it's only because he says things. People are upset and triggered because he says stuff. But are any of us that are upset, are we completely innocent? Have we always been the nicest people? Have we always said everything that everyone wants to hear? The answer is no. So stop being on this high horse. Stop being hypocrites. Let's just accept this world where all of us can say what the fuck we want, and the most talented, instead of the ones that just says what the fuck everybody wants to hear, will rise to the top. They blame him for the things they're doing to us, literally. That man did a Hulk Hogan. Forever Blessed was good. Yeah, that dude ripped off his shirt because Kamala Harris lost, because he was a white dude for Harris. Now, I don't know how, like, I think most of those people that do those crash outs and those meltdowns, I think they do it for the little short term fame that it brings them. Even though I don't believe that you should get in front of the camera and make a fool of yourself automatically, but I guess due to the mentality of people, we got a society that makes people believe that they can actually cry their way into what they want. And those people that did those crash out videos, that's exactly what they were thinking. These betas that these black men like DL Hughley want to seemingly align himself with, you know, this is what I'm trying to get black men to see. You want to align yourself with that? I know AL doesn't. You want to align yourself with that level of beta, that level of cuckoldry?
Oh, sir.
Goddamn right. So I think I'm about to shut this bitch down. And by bitch, I mean like just the live stream itself. But yeah, let me respond to the last of these comments and you guys can go ahead and make final statements. Keith says, I lost so much money during this administration. It was going to hurt me had she won. I think what messed her up was said that she wouldn't change a thing Joe Biden has done. And that's what Joe Biden has done is what primarily what people are unhappy with. And for her to come out and try to run herself as a change candidate, but saying that she wouldn't change a thing that Biden done, that really screwed her up. That screwed her up bad, aside from her being her, basically. But AL, you was trying to say something?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
But Forever Blessed said a lot of folks are just mentally unstable. These crash outs are proof. Yeah. And we as a society, we embrace those people as being different. You know, you're just being different. You're not telling them now that's you look like you're mentally unstable and you need to get help. And being honest with them and telling them that, hey, you know what, get some help, calm down, touch some grass. That's not a bad thing. Because that's exactly what those people need to do. A fat guy ripping a t-shirt off should never happen on social media. I mean, shoot, because he's upset about the results of an election. He made an ass of himself. And that is, as long as content like that keeps being produced, I will always be there to make fun of it. So, yeah, let me go ahead and ramp up this content because these crash out videos are funny as shit. But at the same time, man, like, I'm so glad the collective of black men aren't represented by these guys on the screen. These guys are weak. They are regarded as weak. And I don't want to be aligned with any weak males, black or otherwise. I mean, you know, as far as I'm concerned, they look like men standing next to me. Any of these guys, any day of the week. Even Jermaine Dupri, who seemed to be frozen in a kid's body forever.
God damn.
Like, but I mean, how dare any of these guys say the shit that they said and tried to pass off as a black men summit? That's why I'm sitting up here talking about these niggas right now. Yeah, I'm looking at you too, little Scrappy, with your dumb ass.
A zesty summit, they call it.
Shoot. We should use this opportunity as a space to stamp this out completely. I'm not telling people what to do with their content. I'm not telling people that how they should run their YouTube channels, but we got to get rid of these embarrassments. Looking at you too, Willie D. You kind of be on the little, you know, be on the fringe sometimes, but then he cross over in the simp real fast. I mean, I get it. I got a daughter too. Mm-hmm. Shoot, I get it, but you know, I tell my kid the truth. Man, you have a daughter. Why would you vote for Trump? Man, I already told her. You've got to give our people more credit than that.
Exactly.
Shoot, I'm here to raise kids that are going to take over the fucking world. And right now, as a people, we are not on that path. Instead, you got weak ass niggas like this.
And we never get there anytime soon either.
I mean, that don't want to make mama mad. I don't want to make mama mad. Hold on, let me see if I can find that shit again. That little first graphic right there. Yeah. Yeah, that's me playing with the editing tools in my editing app.
You better vote for Kamala. Yeah, Mama, I know. Well, you see, ain't it a problem when these women dictate and train their sons, their bitch sons, to say vote for my interest alone?
Well,
it's
I made a video, like one of my first videos back in 2018. I theorized that the reason why mothers aren't really teaching their sons to be leaders because of the ramifications, like, being assassinated or constantly being under attack. And, a lot of women, like, at first it was a fear for their son's well-being, but then what they tried to do after that was take over the leadership positions because, a lot of women ran into these same mommy trained niggas, and these niggas wouldn't do anything. They wouldn't assert themselves. They look to be led. Like that quote that social media post I was reading earlier. Nightish, what's good? Like, that's what kind of time that a lot of these dudes and a lot of these women are on. And they won't that you mean Joe Reed? Don't you mean Joy Reid? Fuck your pockets, black man. Yeah, Joy Reid been crashing out. And Joy Reid, to me, like a lot of these women that's on these media outlets, they are disgraceful people. Joy Reid is a disgraceful person. So, okay, so y'all got anything else before I get up out of here? Because I'm about to shut it down.
You ain't the only one, Tommy. Sonny Holston, Ugly Goldberg.
Oh, yeah, you talking about The View? Oh, my God. The View, man, that show should have been canceled a long time ago. Them women are idiots, bro.
Evil idiots.
Evil idiots. Especially Sonny Holston. Sonny Holston always, as a woman of color, I have kids of color, and these ridiculous and crazy black men. Yeah. All right, Keith. Hey, man, thanks for coming through, brother. Yeah. And yeah, I believe we made the right decision. But yeah, man, this is the world view, like, especially for black men, like many black men, like brothers like AL, and I don't mean to toot my horn, but myself, we got much of this thing figured out, brothers like Chaos. Mm-hmm. But it's so much more work to do. So I'm gonna keep pushing these messages. I'm gonna get these niggas out this mommy way of thinking. And if they want to stay in, they can stay in, and they can stay on the third grade level. After a while, why should we give a fuck anyway? So anyway, I'm about to get out of here. Thank you for coming through, AL. The Punisher Evans. I'm sure I'll see you on Roger Report, this week. Shout out to you, Chaos Reign, as well. Black men, keep pushing forward. This is definitely a chance for us to take as much control as we possibly can while we possibly can. And we won't get anywhere like that being a beta. Don't be a beta like the men that I talked about tonight. And I think we should be good. So long live the habitual line steppers. Yep. Peace out.